Well, I sailed across the seven seas to find treasures galore. That's where I discovered a garage sale, and now I want some more. A blue Logan's loot, blue Logan's loot. I need to sell my DVDs at blue Logan's loot. eBay! Welcome, my friends, to the first episode of Blue Logan's Loot. My name is Jim, and I've been a part-time reseller for over 15 years, currently selling at such platforms as eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. So sit back and relax, grab a drink, get some popcorn. I will be your captain on this reselling voyage to find the biggest loot and treasures that money can buy, and then sell it for a profit. I mean, that's what we do. For the first part of this video, I thought I would talk about when and why I got into this reselling business. Then I'll give you a quick tour of my workspace known as the Galley. Pretty dramatic, aren't I? And finally, I'm going to talk about what the future lies for Blue Logan's Loot channel. Pew, pew. So join me now as we go back 16 years ago. Come. It was 2005, and I was a struggling therapist in a chiropractic office, trying to earn some extra money. During one of my shifts, one of my patients just happened to mention that he was selling buffalo nickels online on a site called eBay. eBay? What is this contraption that you speak of? And he was making about $75 per buffalo nickel. I said, I want to do that. How do I get started? He gave me a quick course, and then I started an account on eBay. I still didn't know what I was doing. So I ordered a book called The Official Guide to eBay. A love story. Well, not a love story, but I'm sure all of you resellers had that same book. You did. I know you did. And I'm sure most of you beginning resellers did. You found things around your place first to sell. At the time, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment and storing most of my collectibles at my parents'. I had a few collectible action figures, so I decided to start with that first. So on November 30th, 2005, I listed my first item. A 1993 Tyco X-Men Iceman action figure. I thought I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams, so I listed it for around $100 and went back to my job, eagerly waiting for it to sell. That's right. Nothing happened. I then put a few more action figures on, and learning my lesson on the Iceman, I lowered my prices. Lo and behold, I sold my first item, a 1990 Toy Biz Incredible Hulk action figure with crushing arm. I sold it for around $30. I was in hog heaven, and now I had to ship it. At the time, I knew nothing about shipping, or what PayPal was. The only thing I knew was how to write something on a box with an address in the middle, put my address on the left top side, and put a few stamps on the top right side. So that is exactly what I did. Wrote 2 addresses and put a few stamps on a box. When I got to the post office, the employee said I didn't have enough stamps on my box. What? So he ended up putting about 30 stamps on it. It was the most hideous box you ever saw. But the package made it, and I got a feedback of +1. I sold a few more items, and now we were cooking. But then there was one major problem with my new part-time career. I'm running out of product. And that is when I met my angel who came to save me. My lovely soon-to-be wife, Laura. She was an avid fan of going to garage sales, and her cousins did reselling as her full-time career. So part of our rituals, besides dating, was going to garage sales every Saturday morning. And going back to the book, The Official Guide to eBay, one of the best parts of the book were these magic words: advanced search and completed listings. It changed everything. I now can use my smartphone to find everything at garage sales, and if they're actually worth something. As time went on, the rest of my reselling career has been a trial and error, and I did finally learn to use a shipping label, while also learning how to compare prices to others online and eventually use other platforms besides eBay to sell my products. And that brings us back to today. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed my brief history and how I got started in reselling. And so now I've decided to change my hat because we're going to a new topic. We're going to talk about the Galley. Since we live in a townhome in Southern California, we don't have a lot of space all the time, so I have to kind of make space in my garage. My wife's been telling me to get a storage unit, but here's the way that I look at it. If I can put everything in there, squeeze it in, and then people buy things, I can put more things back in. It's sort of a motivational thing for me. So if you join me now, we're going to take a long trip over to the Galley. In my case, about 20 steps. Welcome back. We are now in my workspace called the Galley. This is where all the reselling magic and the method of the madness happens. Behind me is my filing system of all the items that I sell. I will show you basically how I sell it, where I put them, and how I know where they are. Let's start with the boxes. All these you see behind me are just taken from banker boxes and copy paper boxes. I do an alphabetical order where I put different items into each box. In other words, instead of putting CDs all into one box, that can get confusing, and you may send a CD you're not supposed to a buyer. So what I do instead is I put on there CDs, a book, an electronic item. That way when I go to that box, I know what I'm looking for. And instead of just using letters like A, B, C, D, I went online and looked at all the pirate terms. So as you can see here, we have A for Army Matey. Behind that is B for Barnacles. We have Aye Captain for C. We have E with Eye Patch. G with Galilean. I with Irons. And K for the Kraken. Did you see that? It was big and going, blah, blah, blah. You know, why did it make a sheep sound? Oh well. As I started running out of room, I started making my own shelving units. So you can see here, I have a bunch on the top as well. This is for more specialized items. I have collectibles up here, there's an oven up here, porcelain items. I call this the new shelf. It's very simple, yes, but it's basically, I have the clothing and accessories item. Up here are all my shoes. And if you go down here, it's the rack of goodness. It includes wetsuits, coats, sweatshirts, hoodies. Let's do a quick check on my tool bench. Here's my bench. This is where I do all my shipping, all my labeling. And yes, it looks like a big mess, doesn't it? But you can see here, I have my own pirate ship, Batman, an autograph from Larry Holmes, former heavyweight champion. Here is what I call the negative feedback tank. You can see why. And finally, this is my printing label with the Kraken. Well, that was a little taste of the Galley. I hope you enjoyed it. In some videos to come, we'll be more in this room looking at labeling, shipping, how I do things, where they are. We'll have fun. So where does this future lie on this long reselling voyage known as Blue Logan's Loot? Hopefully well. This is the first video, and I'm not expecting huge numbers. But there will be more to come, and I'll post on Instagram when they do come out. One major announcement already is that I will be giving away one of my reselling items on the first day of each month. I'll explain the rules in a future episode. Also, do you remember the blue skulls in the beginning? I'll be giving those out along with items purchased on my Instagram page. How's that for an incentive? Well, that should do it. It's been a long day and I'm finally in my bed, just about to go to sleep and dream about editing this video tomorrow. If you enjoyed today's video, please think about hitting that like button below. And I will be making more videos, at least 1 or 2 a week. So once again, if you enjoyed today's video, please also think about subscribing and telling your friends. And finally, if you have any comments, please leave them below, whether it be about if you enjoyed the video, if you had feedback, if you want to know anything about reselling, if you want to know why I'm so cheesy, that's up to you. But I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. So to all my fellow resellers out there, happy hunting and have a great week. Cheers, my friends. eBay!